Now, here's a lot of the cloud coverage that we have. We got a flow still coming from the northeast, but you can see all the precipitation that's well down to our south. All of that is in association with Hurricane Ian. Now, the latest information, we know that it's 90-mile-an-hour winds, makes it a Category 1, but the winds are still gusting up to about 115. It is moving slowly northeast, right in the heart of Orlando at about 8 miles an hour. Now, all indications that at some point tomorrow, mid to late morning, it's going to get off the coast of Florida on the east side, 65-mile-an-hour winds, which puts it as a tropical storm. It stays in the Atlantic and it doesn't strengthen, but it maintains through Friday afternoon as a tropical storm with winds of 65 miles an hour. The detriment to that is that it doesn't appear that it's going to slow down in intensity when it makes landfall. At this point right now, the landfall could be anywhere along our South Carolina coastline with potentially still 60-mile-an-hour winds. And then by the time it gets into the upstate, we're looking at degrading down to a tropical depression of 35-mile-an-hour winds. But all of the models, the European models, which is these pink ones here, have constantly stayed more towards Horry County. All the other ones have been more in Georgia. Now they're collectively all over South Carolina. So it really doesn't matter what direction it goes, it makes landfall. We still have tropical storm watches for a lot of our Midlands and most of South Carolina, with tropical storm warnings now have been extended for pretty much all of the low country. This is what we're anticipating, the amount of winds that we're expecting as it makes its way through, starting possibly Thursday night. But tropical force winds, 40 mile an hour, the greatest chance is going to be in the low country. But if notice now, we have at least a half chance, especially from Columbia to Orangeburg to Manning and Sumter, a 50-50 chance that these winds of 40 miles an hour sustained is going to come to fruition. And in addition to that, we know there's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall associated with this. How much? Well, as the rain starts moving through, this is not going to be until Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Once that rain moves through, that's going to be coming in, and there's going to be a lot of rainfall. And by the time it gets done, we're still looking at 4 to 5 inches, possibly up to 8. So as we get into tomorrow morning, we'll start off at 49 with a high of 73. The wind, the rain, the storms right through Saturday afternoon and evening. It starts stripping off on Sunday. Notice, though, the temperatures won't be that bad. The sun will come out by next week, but it's going to be dry, and now we got a fire danger.